The New England Patriots, polarizing team, I feel like, this year, Dan. Boy, is their schedule got a lot of bad teams on it.
Yeah.
There's some really bad, some bad teams. The tough games I have, I don't know. Week 2 at Miami, it feels like that game at Miami is always difficult for
Always a
New
tough trip.
England.
Yep.
Yeah, week 5 at Buffalo, week
Yep.
9 Atlanta, maybe week 10 at Tampa. Week 12 at Cincy. Who knows if Burrow's going to be in one piece by then. And then they have a late bye week. Week 14 is their bye week. Then they go home Buffalo,
Yeah.
at Baltimore, at Jets, home Miami. They got this win total 8.5. Where are you going with this one?
Well, Andy, I think you did misspeak there because they do have 3 bye weeks. They do play the Jets twice, so we actually have 3 bye weeks. No, all joking aside, the Jets kind of doing the same as the Patriots, kind of restructuring. You know, they bring in a new head coach, completely new guard. They ship out Aaron Rodgers. So we'll talk about that team when we get to them. The one thing I will say heading into this season for the Patriots is, I thought bringing in Mike Vrabel was the big no-brainer, right? Like, I thought that he was the best coaching option out there since leaving Tennessee in 2023. I'm surprised that he had, the year sabbatical. Maybe that was his decision. Maybe it wasn't. So I just look back because adding him as the head coach, I think it was destined to happen. He was always going to go back to the Patriots at some point. It's just how soon would it be? His first year when he took over the Tennessee job, that was, I believe, 2018. He did win 9 games that year. But the thing for me, Andy, was he was taking over a team that won 9 games in back-to-back seasons. He wasn't taking over a team who was negative 130 and negative 128 in scoring differential in back-to-back seasons. So there's a lot of work to be done here for this new Mike Vrabel era. However, that being said, you do have some talent on this team, right? I think first and foremost, you saw some flashes out of Drake May that I think you can be excited about if you're a Patriots fan. However, a lot of those flashes coming with his legs, we know maybe that's not the full recipe to success. You need that arm to follow a little bit. So they shore up what they're going to do offensively. They addressed that in the offseason and what they did in the draft. So I think they're building the right pieces, and I couldn't agree with you more, man. First glance, you look at this schedule and you say, oh my God, this is a no-brainer over. They open with the Raiders. You got games versus the Jets, Panthers, Saints, Titans, Browns. Browns are currently favored to have the worst record in the league. They have 25 quarterbacks. Who knows if they'll have as many wins as they have quarterbacks at the end of the year. But then you touched upon it at the top, Andy. Sprinkled in are these like sneaky, tough matchups. I think you missed over the trip that they have to go to Baltimore and take on the Ravens. Yep. That Tampa Bay trip reminds me of that Miami trip that they always struggle with. So those tough matchups sprinkled in is why at 7.5, Andy, over. Right? I think they'll be around 8 wins. I think they'll definitely be more than the 4 wins they had last year. But at 8.5, dude, the only way I can look on this one is towards the under. I do think this could be a good team to be betting on when they're a dog against the spread, just on what Vrabel does year over year as a coach. When he's a dog, especially when he's a dog at home, give me those Vrabel spots. But as far as getting 9 wins, I think it's tough to find on this schedule, Andy. What do you think?
I'm with you.
We finally agree.
We agree.
We finally agree.
I can't get to 9 wins. This is a team that's gonna really beat up some bad teams, but then they're going to struggle. They're probably another year away. I do think the coaching situation is miles better. I mean, that's what has to be one of the biggest upgrades in recent memory, going from that coaching staff to the other one. So Dan and I agree. We're going to slightly lean to the under. Again, we're forced to make a pick, so these are not plays that we're playing with our own money. These are not client plays. We're just going through each team. So Dan and I agree. That we're
finally
under.
Took 3 of them, Andy. But hey, comment below. Let us know which teams you want us to break down. We talked Eagles, we've talked Colts, we've now talked the Patriots. We listened to you. We were thinking of continuing the Sirianni tree and going with the Cardinals, but comment below. Let us know what teams you think are going over under, and let us hear what teams you want to break down. We'll do all 32 heading up to the season. Just when? Well, it's up to you in the comments. And while you're down there, like and subscribe. Thanks, Andy.